what is our relation with salah? So the bare minimum is to show up, whether at the masjid or at your workplace or at your home, stand up and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has taught. That's the bare minimum.
وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة واركعوا مع الراكعين أتأمرون الناس بالبر وتنسون أنفسكم وأنتم تتلون الكتاب أفلا تعقلون.
Verses 43 and 44. They talk about mind your own business. Before we come to that point, let's talk about something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us in this verse. And it's 3 specific commandments. And the first is to establish salah. And that is the first and foremost thing. What is our relation with salah? So the bare minimum is to show up, whether at the masjid or at your workplace or at your home, stand up and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has taught. That's the bare minimum. Okay, just showing up and doing it. The second thing is to actually establish it, take care of it, make it stand, make it firm in terms of doing it properly, with tranquility, with understanding what we are saying, having a proper dialogue and conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being present. And it is such an important thing. And I'm not saying that we'll be perfect tomorrow, but at least we should be concerned about it, that what is the condition of my salah? Is it on time? Is it proper? Is my heart present? Am I actually present in that salah? And then the second thing is the giving. Okay, and that is another important thing, right? Either we don't give or we try to find loopholes. How many, Q&A goes around zakat in Ramadan or around Ramadan. Okay, do I need to pay zakat on this? Do I need to pay zakat on that, this and that? And you see there's a lot of people who are just trying to find these, may Allah protect us, loopholes and structuring it in a way that they don't have to pay zakat. Okay, I'm not making any general comments here, but it's just something to think about. What is my intention? What is my relationship when it comes to giving for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and giving from what Allah has given us, giving from what Allah owns? And then lastly, it commands us to be having good companionship. Who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with? Who are your role models? Who are the people that you truly admire? Are they helping you in just one instance of having fun and entertainment? Or are they actually going to help you where it really matters, and that is the day of judgment and being successful and being a close friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do they help you obey Allah? Do they help you worship Allah? And so on and so forth. Lastly is what I mentioned earlier, minding your own business. And obviously there's 2 extremes. We don't want to be on either extreme, and we want to be on the middle course. First is that you advise someone, a brother or sister, that we shouldn't do this, consider changing your habits, and they'll say mind your own business. That's one extreme, and that's a wrong attitude. Because if you are going to them with care and privately advising them, then they shouldn't be saying this thing, right? And then the other extreme is that you and I are only concerned with other people and we are advising them, but we do not think about improving our own lives. So that's just something that we have to have, that good balance. Yes, we need to advise. We don't have to wait and see, I will only advise people when I don't have any faults. That will never happen. So advising is part of the religion. Looking at obviously the pros and cons of it, you don't want to advise in a situation where you would turn the person away from the religion, right? So we have talked about this example, new Muslim coming in or new face in the masjid, and you start critiquing, some of the things that are not as important as salah, for example. So you have to obviously build rapport. You don't have to correct everything and anything. You have to use wisdom and hikmah. At the same time, you can't say, I will only advise when I'm perfect. It will never happen. At the same time, you don't want to be on the extreme where you're only advising people and not working on yourself.